This is Summer School Video Unit 1C, Multiplying and Dividing Negatives and Fractions. A positive times a positive is always going to be a positive. Same with a negative times a negative. That will also be a positive. However, a positive times a negative is actually going to be a negative. So same signs, it's going to be a positive answer. Different signs, it'll be negative. That helps you remember it. When we multiply fractions, this little box can be helpful here. You multiply the top numbers together, so you multiply the numerators together. A times C is A times C, and then B times D is B times D. So you multiply the tops, and you multiply the bottom. All right? Find the following products. 4 times negative 7. 4 times negative 7. Positive times the negative is a negative. 4 times 7 is 28. So our answer is negative 28. Go down to number 2. 3 times negative 2 times negative 2. 3 times negative 2. Positive times a negative is a negative. 3 times 2 is 6. Times negative 2. Which is negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 2 is 12. Number 3, we have 1/2 times negative 2/5. 1 positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times 2 is 2. Then we multiply the bottoms. 2 times 5 is 10. Negative 2 over 10. Both top and bottom can be divided by 2, so we have negative 1 over 5 would be our final answer. Number 4, we have negative 3 squared. Now squared means you're multiplying the number by itself, so we're really doing negative 3 times itself times negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a negative times a negative, which is a positive, and then 3 times 3 is 9, so our answer is positive 9. Negative 3 squared. So now the difference between 4 and 5 is that 5 does not have any parentheses, which means our answer is going to be negative. And then 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So this is really negative on the outside, and then we do 3 times 3 is really what we're saying. So when there's parentheses, our answer comes out positive. No parentheses, answer is negative. Number 6, we have negative 5 times negative 2 times negative 3. So negative 5 times negative 2. Negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 2 is 10. And then we multiply that by negative 3. Positive times a negative is a negative. 10 times 3 is 30. So our answer is negative 30. Our next section is dividing. A positive divided by a positive is a positive. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So same with multiplying. Same number is positive, or same sign, positive, different sign, negative. Now with dividing by fractions, it's a little bit different. If we divide AB divided by CD, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we flip the second fraction. We flip CD to D over C, and then we multiply top and multiply bottom. All right, so that'll be helpful. And we'll have an example coming up here on number 8. Let's do number 7 first. Negative 24 divided by negative 3. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and then 24 divided by 3 is 8. So this is positive 8. Number 8, we have 7/8 divided by negative 3/4. So first off, we need to rewrite this as dividing by the reciprocal. So the first one stays the same, 7 over 8. The division sign changes to multiplication, and then we flip the second fraction. It's going to stay negative though, but the 4 is going to be now on top, and the 3 is going to be on the bottom. And then we just multiply top and multiply bottom. 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. And then 8 times 3 is 24. Now, both the top of our fraction and the bottom can be divided by 4. So 28 divided by 4 is 7, and 24 divided by 4 is 6. So our final answer is -7/6. Now, also our calculator can be very helpful in dividing fractions. So if we do -2 divided by 1 and 1/4, we can pull up our calculator, do -2 divided by, get our fraction menu up here, put in the mixed number 1 and 1/4, enter, and we get -8/5. So for number 9, our answer is -8/5, and you can leave your answer as a mixed number. Number 10, we have -15 times -3 divided by 6. -15 times -3, negative times a negative is a positive, 15 times 3 is 45, divided by 6. 45 divided by 6 is going to be 7.5. If we don't know our division facts off the top of our head, we can feel free to use our calculators as well. Number 11, this is going to be a good one for calculator use, -1/4 divided by -2 and 1/2. So we get our fraction menu up here, do -1/4 divided by, and then we need a mixed number, -2 and 1/2. Press enter, and we get 1/10. So our answer for number 11 is 1/10. So your calculator is going to be very helpful for this, so make sure you do know how to use it. Last slide section for this set of notes. We have evaluate the following if x equals 4, y equals -5, and z equals 2/5. So first off, we substitute our numbers in. So we have 2 times y, which is -5, times z, which is 2/5. Two times -5 times 2/5. We can use our calculator for this. 2 times -5 times, put our fraction in there, 2/5. And we get -4. Next example, we have x squared over z, x squared, so we're going to have 4. Make sure you put all numbers in parentheses when you substitute in. We have 4 squared over z, which is 2/5. So now we have like a fraction within a fraction. So I'm going to show you how to type this into your calculator. Fairly simple. All we have to do is get our fraction in there. On the top, we have 4 squared. Now our squared button is right here. It says x squared, and we're going to press that, and it squares whatever we put in there. Then on the bottom, we're going to actually have to put a fraction in our denominator. So we're going to go back to our fraction menu, press enter, and then that fraction bar shows up in the denominator, and we put 2/5, press enter, and we get 40. So our answer is actually 40. It looks more complicated than it really is. Comes out with a simple whole number. Y divided by z, we have y is -5. So on the top, we're going to put -5 in for y. And then z on the bottom, again, 2/5. So this is using our calculator. So I would like you to pause the video, try and type that into your calculator, and see what comes out for your answer. Should have typed that into your calculator and gotten the answer -25/2. -25/2. For our last example, we have z divided by x. Z is 2/5, so we put 2/5 on the top of our fraction, over x, which is 4. So we have 2/5 divided by 4. Again, I would like you to pause the video and try typing that into your calculator and see what comes up. When you put that into your calculator, you should get 1/10. Again, if you are struggling with using the calculator, please pause the video, raise your hand, and ask for some support, and I will come around and help you. That's all the notes I have for you on this topic. Please stop the video and work on practice 1C at the end of your packet.